Hello, I'm Brian. You are Chords and Notes Nation, and this is another music reaction. First listen, a specific request by a member of Chords and Notes Nation. Genesis. I've heard of them. I know some of their songs, but I've never really listened to a lot of them. So, this is Dancing with the Moonlit Knight by Genesis. That's all I know, but I'm going to know a lot more by the time I'm done listening. Let's go.
Can you tell me where my country lies? Said the unicorn to his true love's eyes. It lies with me, cried the queen of maybe. For her merchandise he traded in his prize. Paper mate, cried a voice in the crowd. Old man dies, the note he left was signed Old Father Thames. It seems he's drowned, selling England by the pound. Citizens of hope and glory, time goes by. It's the time of your life. Easy now, sit you down, chewing through your wimpy dreams. They eat without a sound, digesting England by the pound. Young man says you are what you eat well. Old man says you are what you wear. Well, you know what you are, you don't give a damn. Bursting your belt, that is your homemade sham. The captain leads this fire trial through the night. Join the dance, follow on till the grand sunsets in the world. Follow on till the gold is cold, dancing out with the moonlit night. Knights in the green shields down and shout.
Okay. That was not what I was expecting. I know. Well, from the request, it was mentioned that this is the Peter Gabriel era, and I guess I have to admit I really don't know all that much about Genesis. I know that Peter Gabriel and Phil Collins came out of Genesis. I don't know if they were together at the same time or what. I just don't know the history. That being said, I think that was him singing Peter Gabriel. And was that Phil Collins playing drums? Because if it was, he's a better drummer than I gave him credit for. Um, that this was a this wow. I'm shocked. I really am. It's prog rock, and it heightens my senses. It intrigues me to listen to more of not only this song but more of this type of Genesis, not just the radio hits. Um, I'm gonna guess this is certainly in the '70s, maybe mid '70s, and because some of the instruments, the reason I'm guessing that is because some of the instruments sound dated from that time period. The composition was is very reminiscent of that time, and I know they were involved in prog rock. It reminded me a lot of Jethro Tull from that era, and I don't mean the way I mean that it reminded me of Jethro Tull. Are there certain songs that Tull did where they just were all over the place, and well, thick as a brick, right? The full album. This isn't a Tull review. This is a Genesis review, but the reason I mention it is because as I was listening, it was like, wow, this is very Tull-esque, and that's high praise because Tull was growing up one of my favorites, and this on first listen all of a sudden was elevated to that level. So for me, Rush, Tull. Now Genesis is going to be involved in that in that conversation for me. Yes, is another one. So they were all influenced in that prog rock scene. I don't have anything negative to say about it. Period. But I'm having a hard time focusing my thoughts because there was so much to digest, and there still is. This is as with any good prog rock, you got to go back and you got to listen to it multiple times to really get involved in it. And because there's so much going on, I find that what happens to me, for me at least in the listening experience, is that I start figuring it out, whatever it is, and then by the time I'm almost figuring it out, all of a sudden it means something else completely because, oh, I missed that, and now that changes the whole musical landscape for me. So this was really good. Thank you for the request. I appreciate it, and that's something that I'm going to be definitely looking forward to. So please continue to request from this era of Genesis so I can add that to the list of the ever-growing and expanding list of musical reviews and reactions. Thanks, guys. Take care.